Okay, hello everybody. I hope that you're all doing really well. It is a fantastic day outside. It's absolutely glorious. The sun is shining, the birds are singing, everybody's out gardening, sunbathing, doing all sorts of wonderful things. But not me. I am a little vampire, pale vampire child. And I thought today would be a fantastic day to sit cooped up inside and film my very first YouTube video, like you do. I thought that I would start with the BookTube Newbie Tag. Thought, let's not do anything too crazy, too complicated. Do this, and it's a nice way just to introduce myself and have you get to know me. So the first question is, why did you start this BookTube channel? And originally I had decided to start a BookTube channel back in September, which is when I finished my master's course, but that never actually came to fruition. I got my tripod, I got my camera all set up, I tried to work out how to do the editing, but I don't know, something was holding me back from doing that. And right now it is May 2020. We are still in the middle of the situation, in the middle of lockdown, and I thought, you know, if I can't do it now, if I can't start a YouTube channel now, then when else am I going to do it? When else am I going to have enough time to dedicate to it? And also we're in a situation where we're not being able to go out and see our friends, talk to a lot of the people that we love, and I thought this would be like a nice way to kind of document the time, talk about books of people, try and get into a bit of a conversation with people in a way that we're just not able to do at the moment, and maybe have a bit of a chat with some new people as well. So the second question is, what are some fun and unique things that you can bring to BookTube? And as soon as I see this question, I think, oh, no, there's nothing new that I can bring. I shouldn't be doing this. But I think there's always something new that you can bring just by being yourself. For me personally, I do want to talk about books, but I'm also a big fan of history. I've got my undergrad and a master's in history, so I'm sure that will come up at some point. I'm also a massive fan of musical theatre, and I can't imagine at all I would have a YouTube channel and not bring that into the equation at some point. So I think little things peppered in here and there, and my own different opinions will be the fun and unique thing that I can bring to BookTube. Question number 3 is, what are you most excited for about this new channel? And I think the thing that I'm most excited about is just being able to get into a conversation, into a dialogue with other people about books, being able to get new recommendations. I think that's always been the strength of YouTube, and BookTube in particular, is that the community is so friendly, so welcoming, and people are always wanting to talk about books and discuss the different things that they like, give you recommendations. It's a fantastic community, and I really want to get involved. Question number 4 is, why do you love reading? And I've always loved reading. I love stories, I love learning. I don't think it's too much deeper than that. I just love like delving into people's minds, and books are a great way to do that. Question number 5 is, what book or series got you into reading? Now I feel like the stereotypical answer for this is Harry Potter, and of course Harry Potter was a massive part of my life. It still is. It's I don't know if you can see it on camera, but it's just there. You can see Hedwig, I think, there. But I don't think it was I don't think Harry Potter was the book series that actually got me into reading. I remember I was really into Roald Dahl and Jacqueline Wilson, but I also as a child would always go to the library with my parents and pick out books, and I think I will still have a few books from back then. Just give me a sec. Here we go, here's the gold mine. So the books that I used to absolutely adore when I was a really tiny child and used to read all the time with my mum, we've got Pushchair Polly, Grandad Pot. I absolutely love this one, and it always reminds me of my granddad. Bye Bye Baby, absolutely heartbreaking. I think I read this a few years ago as an adult and I actually cried. And A Piece of Cake. We used to love The Large Family as a child, and I couldn't not hold on to these. Yeah, keeping those around because I definitely want to read those to my niece and to any children that I might potentially have. I don't know. Question number 6 is, what questions would you ask your favourite booktubers? And to be honest, right now, at the moment, it would be like basically trying to work out the technical side, trying to do editing. Do I need a microphone? Do I need to get a better camera? I'm currently just filming on my iPhone at the moment, and you know, it's not terrible quality. There is iMovie already on my phone as an app, but you know, just any way of improving what I'm doing at the moment would be really greatly appreciated. And also, hey, I'm always up for a conversation about books, so I think I'll probably put some social media links in the description bar if anybody wants to talk about books anytime soon. Question number 7 is, what challenges do you think starting a BookTube channel will be the hardest to overcome? And to be perfectly honest, I think it's just me. Like I say, it took a few months from when I'd originally planned on starting this channel to now for me to actually do it. I had the equipment and everything, but I couldn't do it. I find it really, really hard to like put myself out there, and also just to talk at length. I am not used to talking at any amount of length. I know that while filming this video I've had like many times when I've paused, which hopefully you won't have seen if I've done a decent enough job of editing. Even when I'm talking with other people, I do not talk this much. It'll just be me and my brain that I have to overcome. But hopefully if you are seeing this video, that means I have been able to overcome it, and hopefully it'll be one of many videos, fingers crossed. Question number 8 is, when did you start reading? And I'm assuming this is meaning, when did you become a big reader? When did that become part of your identity, I suppose? And I wish I could say that there was this lovely moment where like I was sat with a parent or a grandparent and they inspired me to love reading, but no, it was because I was a really competitive child. I was really academically competitive in primary school especially, and my school used to have these graded boxes by difficulty on reading, 1 to 8, and I remember in my year there was another boy who was on box 8 and I was on box 6, and I decided that I absolutely could not have that. I could not have somebody being better than me, so I just ended up devouring all of the reading boxes just so that I could be at the same level. Silly competitive child. It's not the best reading, but you know, I can't complain too much because I do love reading now. Question number 9 is, where do you read? And for me, I typically read the most on public transport, but like right at the moment we can't do that. I'm not like going out to work, I'm not going on buses at the moment, and that is where I tend to do my best reading. So I'm learning to be better at reading from home. I've been trying to do a bit of reading from home every single day whilst we've been in lockdown. I also listen to audiobooks when I'm on the go, when I'm doing a task, when I'm getting ready in the morning. So I do tend to get quite a bit of reading into my time, but yeah, I still need to be better at just like sitting down on my bed or on the sofa downstairs and just get into that habit of carving out some time to read at home. But yeah, public transport is where I'm probably most comfortable reading. Number 10 is, what kind of books do you like to read? And personally, I'm not one for just one particular genre. I like to read a bit all over the place. I really like to get recommendations from friends, and they can be about anything. I guess what I'm not typically into reading is like sci-fi and fantasy, though I am trying to get better at that. I'd also used to say I'm not a massive fan of historical fiction, which is weird considering that like I am a history student and I'm a big fan of history, but for some reason historical fiction doesn't always hit the mark. But saying that, whilst I've been on lockdown, I've been reading a lot of historical fiction. I'm currently reading The Mirror and the Light, and I've been absolutely loving the Thomas Cromwell series. But yeah, I like to read a bit of everything. I say if I look for anything in books, it's really that the characters and relationships need to be really strong. I'm not particularly fussed on world building or like beautiful lyrical writing, but as long as the characters are really well defined and have a good arc, and you can really get to know them, that's what I care about the most. I think that's also why I quite like reading non-fiction history, especially biographies, because you just get to delve into somebody else's world and really grow up with them. So yeah, I like to read a bit of a range. I don't really mind too much. There's some things I don't tend to delve into, but I'm not opposed to reading anything. And yeah, just books, just good books. Alright, so that was all of the questions on the BookTube Newbie Tag. I really enjoyed doing this, and I hope you've enjoyed watching it and getting to know a bit more about me and the kind of books that I like to read, and how I became a reader. Like I say, hopefully I figured out how to do the editing situation, and I don't think that this video has been too much of a disaster to not post it. And yeah, look forward to seeing you soon. Probably will do an April wrap up for all of the books that I've read, and maybe a few tag videos, and then we'll see how we go from there. It's been really lovely to talk to you, and hope to see you soon. Thanks, bye.